So, Career Management and Training Division Certification Program starts now.
Where is it?
We are often told that one of the best ways to enhance knowledge and skill is through training. And as our Director General always said, and I quote, civil servants are the key catalysts to translating government policies into action. And that's why, unquote, and that's why he has always thought that training staff, training civil servants is one of the important components for national proficiency. So today we are privileged as an agency which is the hub of civil service, supervising, managing civil servants of the Republic of Liberia, to always have this opportunity when we are called upon to be trained. So much ado, we are here today, a manifestation of that great vision from our Honorable Director General, Honorable James A. Thompson, to certificate our people who have gone through this very needed and required training. So, much ado, I want to welcome, for welcome remarks, we call Honorable Alfred Drosey, PAO of the Civil Service Agency, who will make our welcome remarks. Put your hands together for this. You're not clapping, go out, clap.
Thank you, Mr. Swan, the Honorable Director General of the Civil Service Agency, distinguished colleagues, graduates of the Civil Service Training Center to be certificated, parents and guardians who have come to grace this occasion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You know, the Civil Service Agency, as part of its vision, is to ensure that we who work for the government are properly trained and educated so that we will be able to provide quality services in an effective and efficient manner. And by so doing, we'd like to welcome all of you. I would like to encourage you all, because each time you try to build your capacity, you strengthen your ability for future positions, leadership positions within the civil service. The Civil Service Training Center being established is a vision and a passion driven by the Director General, the Honorable James A. Thompson. Can we give him an applause? And I think it will continue. Like I told Claudia the other day, I said when we are putting signposts on the door or laboring the various training centers, I can tell you for sure his name will be written at one of the conference hall will be named in honor of the Honorable James A. Thompson. So I would like to. So not to waste much of the time, we'd like to encourage all of us. Capacity development, training, mentorship, molding, grooming, staff in the department, or even we the supervisors. Each time we take training, we go through the training process. We learn, we discover new ideas. We learn new things to make us more effective and efficient. You know, so we like to encourage let us apply it in our respective work, and I can tell you for sure you're going to be a different person. Once again, thank you very much.
Put your hands together for the Honorable Alfred Joseph, Principal Administrative Officer. Indeed, the man is a lecturer. You know, Bago, the man is strong. You know, from this training, you're going to make a different person. Every training adds to you, right? It adds a new dimension or personality to you. So, Mr. Joseph, thank you for the words of encouragement that keeps enlightening our minds to search for knowledge. Thank you so very much. We will call on Assistant Director from the division that is playing host to this program, the person of Mistress Kumai G. Zota Kiedi, for introduction of the program. Put your hands.
Good afternoon. So I just did a little write-up on my phone so that I'll be able to tell what I'm saying. Today is about the Microsoft Office Suite certification. Microsoft Office Suite is widely used software package that includes various applications, but the training dwells basically on Microsoft Word, Excel, Windows, and PowerPoint. And this particular software is essential for our development and productivity at the Civil Servant Agency. And I believe that all of our participants have learned how to create professional documents in Word and analyze in Excel, and also create an appealing presentation before future investors and other donors. Today, we will be certificating 16 participants out of 26. And I'm overly pleased because the trainers have met us and through the evaluation process have given us 16 names. Honorable James Thompson, Career Management Training Division, please to bring forth the 16 names of participants. Thank you.
So I know what happened now. 16 names out of 26.
The other people fail.
Faye in a one. So Kuma, that was the assistant director who is directly responsible for the training at the Division of Career Management and Training. We'll have it till 26. So we should be getting a remarks from one of the facilitators. If a facilitator is here, you can please come. We sent for Mr. Blidi. Yeah, we did. Please.
Nobody here.
No. Okay, so we will. I control the master sheet. I know your guys on the way. I say you got the one, a small one. No, I control it, so I can tell you which one. So, okay, before the certification comes out, we always love to hear from the father of the house. I mean, adding up to the wisdom we've got from the PAO, we thought it is befitting, it is needful, it is required, and it is just prudent that we get a few words of encouragement from the Honorable Director General. Because I know what it takes when people receive certification they become overly excited, which of course is good. And but we want to hear from the Director General. So put your hands together as we welcome to this podium.
Put your hands together. So I said he made a program, so you put me in that. It seems like part of the job I do is to give speeches. But I like these kinds of speeches. You know, it's about capacity building. I think Swan mentioned right. They say the politicians basically develop the policies, and civil servants translate those policies into actions that work for the population. Because basically the work we do in government is public service. Everything we do should impact the lives of the people we serve. Our capacity to serve people better depends on how prepared we are. So building skills, building capacities must always be a focus. That's why we push very hard to establish, the Civil Service Training Center, because we realize civil servants need access to training and development, constant access to training and development. And that's why I said to the training division that the training center must be busy throughout the year. We must find some kind of training, whatever it is, and have civil servants come to do it. In fact, we have said now that the new vision behind the training center is not that we, the Civil Service Agency, will do everything that will happen in the training center. We want the training center to be available to all government ministries and agencies who have training programs that they want to deliver to civil servants. So we can work with them to use our Civil Service Training Center, and we can list those trainings to provide as part of the training that is available to civil servants. So we profile all of what they bring and make it part of what we have to offer as a civil service. But the center is important. If you consider, what you learn and how much more it has made you a better employee or better, improve your capacity to do well and to do better, you realize how important training is. And this is just one little exercise, and the more you learn, the more curiosity you build, around knowledge, and you want to know more and do more, and then you become a little more professional. One of the things I've always struggled with is getting us to behave professionally. It's very important for us, to behave professionally. When people come and transact with you, they must not always have this negative impression that, our government, you go to government people, and then when we go other places, we expect people to do well for us. When we go to the banks, for instance, you know how it hurts when you go to the bank and nobody pays attention to you, or you go to the restaurant and the waiter wouldn't look at you and you get upset. But it's the same way we treat people when they come. So professionalizing the environment comes along with training and capacity building. And that's why we've made training and capacity building. The reason why a lot of people don't succeed in government is because everybody thinks that the only way they can get things done is if they have money. By the time you talk, the first problem is money. How much money did we put into this? No money. We'll find a way to make it work with our money, because if you always wait for money, nothing's going to happen. So we have consultants, for instance, and we're building a database of experts. We say, look, if you work for government, you have expertise. We can even contact your agency and bring you to do our training within your working time. And we don't have to pay you. So the training center can work. Right? We have the facility. We can conduct the training. Ain't you drawing water, Jonah? Water king, right? We will make those things happen. But nobody's going to sit down and say, oh, I'm not going to that training because we're not getting our lunch. But when you ask people to do jobs like these, the first thing they'll ask for, and 26 people, $10 a day, $10 a day for what? Lunch. They make it look like as if you didn't get lunch, you will not come for the training. But the training, everybody knows the importance of training, and they know the limitations that we have. And all of us together, when we agree that we can get this thing done, and all of our interests together are aligned, we can get a lot of things done, even with the limited resources that we have. And that's why a lot of these things are possible, because of the commitment that we put to them. And I'm happy that, people, you're showing interest in training. I'm sure by the time you get this done, you want the next training to come. And and you'll be fighting for the next place to do the next training, because at the end of the day, your life may not only be here. But then on the other hand, also, if you're here, it enhances your capacity to grow. One of the things we've done lately is to try and adjust the grades for all of our positions. We haven't put it out yet, but right now we have different levels that provide growth opportunity for staff. So administrative assistant anymore this time is not just administrative assistant. We have administrative assistant 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, then senior administrative assistant. So that everyone who comes doesn't start at the same place. That there's room for growth, and that growth comes along with adjustment in pay. So if you notice, you got some pay adjustments. The titles have changed. If you get your letters from HR, you will see that you probably are not that administrative assistant again. You're probably administrative assistant 2, or you're administrative assistant 3, or you see an administrative assistant or something. That's where it has taken you. And you expect that if you get this kind of training, you perform well, you get positive reviews from your bosses, you must be able to move a little above where the guy who is coming in will be. Everybody can be at the same level. And that's how the system has been. You get a job, you're administrative assistant today, you work for 10 years, you're administrative assistant, you made 200. When a new person comes tomorrow, you and the person will make the same salary. Because the administrative assistant salary doesn't work well for us. And that kind of adjustment is essential, because this kind of training feeds into that. If you have training opportunities, you might have also growth opportunities, because the training has to prepare you to move up. And if you can't move up, then training becomes an exercise nobody will be interested in, because what's the value of training? But then you should motivate yourself, because then you have life outside of here. Someday you will have bigger challenges. There are a lot of people since I've been there who have moved on to the private sector, for example. When you go, it's all about the skills you build here and your work approach, your work attitude. That makes a difference. So thank you so much for the interest you've shown, for participating in the training from the beginning to the end. I know some people dropped. And some people dropped. We're growing up in junior high school. We had one principal who used to call he said there are two groups of students in the school: the people who came to finish and the people who he called Jita J. You just can't see. They're just there. They ask them, they are attending, but they have no long-term goals. And the fact that you commit to take part in training means that you take your career seriously and you want to grow. That's the reason why you commit yourself to this. So thank you very much, and I hope you will use the skills that you acquire. And the way you do that is to take on challenges. You see, somebody gives you a form, for example, or give you, some data on a piece of paper, and then you decide, look, I'll put this data in an Excel table and analyze it. Fight with that. Maybe you may not get it right, but you work with that and see how far you go, and then you get help from somebody, and that's constantly improving yourself. So you just take challenges, take responsibility, read, and continue to improve, and that will help you. You see, when you get out of here, people say when people ask you on the job for your experience from where you work, it's not the titles that you held, it's what you did when you held those titles. It's not to tell people, oh, I'm a director general at CSA. What you did. Because some people get in the jobs that I am in and do absolutely nothing. In fact, they ruin their institutions. But they write it on their CV that they were director general of CSA. I'm just using CSA as an example. It can happen in any institution. You can't meet an institution here and leave it where you met it. You have to strive to improve it, make a difference, add something of value. And that's the example that the people below you see, and it motivates them to also do better. So thank you so much. I think it's and look forward to more, because I think they have a lot of things planned. We're working with we're training to develop a number of different training courses. Management is one of those things we want to do. Basic supervision for people who have managerial responsibility is very important. I think one of the critical things we need to learn is how to manage people. And that's one of the things that's lacking. I keep saying, be in our senior staff meeting, I tell directors that they have to focus on the management side of their work. They must understand that they are leading people, and those people must feel their leadership. That's management. That's all the things you learn. The motivation comes from, the experiences you have, in the place you work. And it's very important for people to understand that. So we're developing new courses. This will be this training center will operate on a comprehensive, program of training. We're just doing these, this thing here, that thing there, but eventually we'll have the opportunity to offer a number of training, release our training calendar every year, and be able to attract, people from different entities around the government, and somebody say outside government to attend training programs, planned training programs at the CSA. That's where we're going. The vision I have around training is that every civil servant will have access to at least 1 hour of professional development every year. At least 1 hour. So if you are a cleaner, for example, within a 12-month period, a cleaner must say, I sat in a room and I learned some basic things about my work, at least for an hour. That's the vision around training. Everybody should have access to training opportunities so that they can prepare themselves to grow. And if you're a cleaner and you put in the effort and you work hard and you go to school, and that's the other thing, I keep telling everybody, you gotta go to school. High school paper can't cut it. There will come a time a clerical officer will not be a high school graduate. Right now, they got plenty of college graduates who are looking for that job. And you holding it, you get a high school diploma, and you're sitting down here bluffing. The people will take it, the pressure. You see in the communities where the people are building, where the Lebanese and others are coming and buying the land and paying for the land, leasing the land, they're forcing people out because they are offering attractive incentives for people to give out the land. Eventually, those communities will change. Same with the workplace. People are going to come, they will put you under pressure. And they will say, there's also us here, why are you giving me the high school graduates? And so you need to constantly improve yourself, but also go to school. Get that basic education so that you improve your chances. Thank you. Thank you.
I think you did that for yourself. But the DG deserves a bigger one, a harder one. Every time, Chief, just listen to this.
Yeah.
I always say he's the intellectual Mayfield, walking Jenny. You call him 20 times to talk, he will talk on 20 issues and you all learn from it. So put your hands together for it. Yeah, so, the more you learn, the more you search for knowledge, which leads to professionalism. Because the goal of learning is to what? To bring about professionalism at our various job sites or where we are assigned. So were some of the comments the Honorable DG made, and I think it's going to live with us. And we earlier heard what the PO said as well. So we want to say it's time for certification. And we're called on, this is sharp, right? We want to recognize the presence of the Honorable Deputy Director General. Put your hands together for us. And my own good friend and brother, Honorable Basi. Bagu is girl. So we called our Honorable Deputy Director General for the certification. Put your hands together.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I'm in another meeting at the health sector meeting there. They're gonna really eat it. I've been for all of you for going to a 3 weeks intensive Microsoft Office training. And I hope that what you have learned from this still will be used in your daily office life. Training is good. Capacity building is very essential because it keeps your mind open to be every day different new things. So as training come out, take advantage of different training and help to improve yourself, because if you cannot use it here, it will come in the future. So basically, congratulations, and I wish you all the best as you go through your journeys here. Thank you so much.